comment,
and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? Welcome to this edition of a Funko Popcast. I am DK Wrestler.
And I am MD Shady.
And only on this podcast do we talk about the first set of July 2022 Funko Pops when we're almost finished July. But jokes aside, yes, we are finally talking about July 2022 Funko Pop announcements that range from July 1st all the way until July 14th, which without further ado, we might as well kick off because we do have a lot of pops to talk about from July 1st to July 7th Funko Pop announcements with this first set of Funko Pop announcements. So first off, July 1st, Canada Day. We have ourselves a pop of Hashirama Senju from Boruto for a brand new Pop Deluxe set that looks to be a 7-piece set exclusive to GameStop and unknown yet when this will be released. On that same day, Funko had announced a 2-pop bundle of Hopper and Joyce from Stranger Things, which this was a Funko Shop exclusive, and it did sell out. However, they did do a restock recently, and as of the recording of this podcast, it is still available to buy as the bundle. On that same day, Funko had announced another pop for the Disney Plus series Ms. Marvel, which is of Red Dagger, and this is expected to release as early as September 2022. On that same day, Funko had announced pops for the band Oasis, which we have band members of Liam Gallagher and Noel Gallagher, which these are expected to release as early as September 2022. On that same day, Funko had announced a set of NFT pops for Hanna-Barbera, which we got ourselves pops of Astro, Leroy Jetson, and George Jetson, which are limited to 1,635 pieces. We have Huckleberry Hound, which is limited to 999 pieces. And we have Freddy Funko Space Ghost with Blip, which is limited to 3,000 pieces as a part of the royalty collection. And of course, these did release, I believe it was July 12th on the drop website, and the cards has since sold out. And once again, on that same day, Box Lunch had confirmed an Anime Expo exclusive shared with Box Lunch, Kalula Zoldyck with Yo-Yo from Hunter x Hunter, in which this is available now at Box Lunch stores. Then on July 4th, Funko had confirmed a pop of Merida with gold dress for the Disney Ultimate Princess lineup, which is going to be a Funko Shop exclusive and unknown yet as of the recording of this podcast of when this will be released. On that same day, GameStop had confirmed their own exclusive Pop and Tea bundle of a metallic Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, in which this is expected to be released at some point this month. Then on July 5th, GameStop Canada had confirmed an exclusive Pop Deluxe of Kitty with Lockheed from the X-Men lineup, which was later confirmed to be a Walgreens exclusive, and this is available now across GameStop Canada stores, unknown yet of whether Walgreens has released this in the US or not. On July 7th, Funko had confirmed the 4 mascot pops for the Funko Box of Fun Days box, which we got ourselves Pop Protectors, Proto-Robos, Killer Crowns, and Blacklight Bandits, in which the boxes had sold out since releasing, I believe it was last week, if I'm not mistaken. On that same day, Funko had announced pops for the band U2, which we got ourselves a Bono with Achtung Baby Card Pop Rides. We got singular pops of The Edge, Adam, Bono, I meant to say, not Bono for some reason, and Larry with a 4-pack of all singular pops, which will be exclusive to Walmart. And last but not least for this day, we have ourselves a glow-in-the-dark The Weapon from Halo, which is a Funko Insider exclusive, which is going to GameStop, in which this is expected to be released this week. So kicking off with the Boruto Pop Deluxe, which this is pretty interesting. I never thought that if they were to do a Pop Deluxe set involving anime, that Boruto would be the first one. I thought it would have been like Dragon Ball Z or My Hero Academia, but having Boruto is pretty sweet, to be honest. And I'm liking the way that this looks so far. I can't wait to see what the rest of the set looks like. Then we got ourselves the Hopper and Joyce pops for the newest season of Stranger Things, which these are pretty sweet. I really like the detail involved with both of these, more specifically, though, the Hopper because of the scuffing involved in the face. And you also have the flamethrower that he has during the one episode of Volume 2 of Season 4 of Stranger Things, which it's a little bit of a spoiler if you haven't seen the new season of Stranger Things yet, but you should have seen it by now. But these are pretty sweet. And I'm not surprised that this had ended up selling out and then restocking again. Then we got Red Dagger from Ms. Marvel, and this is okay. I mean, I still have not seen Ms. Marvel yet, so I got to get right to it so that I know what this character is. But this is okay. I mean, it's not doing much of a pose, so I can't really give entirely a good opinion on it. Oasis pops. This is pretty interesting because the last I heard is that the brothers were actually in some sort of disagreement in that they weren't really on talking terms. So I don't exactly know what's going on now, whether this is just some sort of licensing as terms to wherever the merchandiser company that runs all of Oasis's merch is doing this, or if it's actually like, Oasis is doing a tour soon and that the brothers got along again. I don't exactly know, but I know for a while there was a disagreement between both Liam and Noel, but these are pretty sweet. I really like the detail of these pops, especially the detail of the guitar. Really cool. Then we got ourselves the NFT pops for Hanna-Barbera, and these are meh. And that's because Funko is kind of going down that route once again of taking one licensor and making that like the majority of the Hanna-Barbera lineup instead of just making it like one singular licensor. Like you have 3 pops here that are from the Jetsons. One is from Huckleberry Hound, which is understandable because Brian Mariotti loves Huckleberry Hound. So obviously it makes sense for that. But then you have Space Ghost for the Freddy Funko, which I do enjoy because it's like a pop and buddy. But other than that, I think this is a little bit of a meh lineup, but these are still pretty decent though. We got the pop from Hunter x Hunter, which is Khalil Zoldyck with the yo-yo, and this is okay. I mean, as terms to the Anime Expo pops, which the only other one was that My Hero Academia 2-pack, I do like that one a bit better because we have seen a lot of Khalil Zoldyck pops already for the Hunter x Hunter lineup. So to see another one, it's meh. Maybe if they made a new character, that would have been better, but this is all right, I guess. Then we got Merida with gold dress for the Disney Ultimate Princess lineup. And we keep saying it over and over again. Man, these Disney gold dress pops, it's just like, God, we keep talking about these and they keep pumping these up. But this is okay because I don't remember the last time we got a Merida pop or even if we had a pop of Merida because I believe this character, oh man, where's Brave? I want to say it's Brave. I don't know if it's Brave though. But nonetheless, I do think this one is very interesting compared to the ones we have gotten as of late, though. Then we got the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pop and Tea bundle of Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, and it's all metallic. I'm not surprised because they already did the Blue Eyes White Dragon pop that is a Pop and Tea bundle and is metallic just like this, and I do own that. So eventually I'm probably going to have to get this for my Yu-Gi-Oh! Collection since I'm trying to get a 100% complete set. And I'm glad that it's a GameStop exclusive this time and not a Box Lunch exclusive because it was really tough for me to get that Blue Eyes White Dragon Pop and Tea bundle at the time, especially because it had sold out for a long time on Box Lunch and then it went up on Pop Culture and now it is worth a ton of money on the secondary market. So I'm glad I grabbed it when I did. So hopefully very soon GameStop Canada gets a pre-order list for this Pop and Tea bundle because I am going to have to get this to complete my Yu-Gi-Oh set. And I will mention that I do like this shirt much better than what we had for the other t-shirt for the Pop and Tea, just because you actually have what should be the logo on the front of the shirt and not a big logo on the back. We have the Kitty Pride, I believe her name was. I forgot her name at first. Pop Deluxe. And this is pretty decent. I love the details in terms to the brick wall with kind of the mossy grass kind of going along the wall there. I think that's pretty decent. And I do enjoy this very much. And it's cool that Canada got this pop first before the States did. We got the pops involved with the Fun Days box of fun, and these are some pretty cool pops, especially because the theme for this year is all about blacklight, so that's pretty decent, and I really love all of the designs as terms to these pops. I do have to say my favorite might have to be the pop protectors, though, just because the way the colors are and just the whole idea of the name Pop Protector, just play of words there with obviously pop protector cases, and that's pretty sweet. And overall, all 4 of these are wicked. I do enjoy these more than what we had gotten last year, even though those mascots were pretty sweet also. We got the U2 pops, which are pretty sweet. I do enjoy the pop rides, very colorful pop rides. We got 2 Bono pops, and that is pretty sweet. And then overall, I'm not surprised they did a 4-pack in case you wanted all 4 of them instead of getting the singular ones, which do make sense. But now if you're looking for that complete U2 set, then you're probably going to have to get both the singles and that multi-pack. And last but not least, for the selection of pops, we have the Weapon glow-in-the-dark pop from Halo, and this is pretty sweet. I'm not entirely sure if this is what's her name? Katana? I can't even remember her name. It's been so long since I played Halo. This is pretty decent, and I like the idea that it glows. I just don't know how well it will glow in person because of the fact that, of course, like we mentioned on the podcast a bunch of times, the color is blue, and it's not always the greatest color when it comes to glow in the dark.
All right, kicking off with July pops, we have a new deluxe set with the Boruto pops, and this is looking pretty cool so far, seeing this first pop. I mean, this is something that is a little more detailed than what we see with these 1 of 7 deluxe kind of build 'em sets. So this looks pretty sweet. I like it, and I know that a lot of anime fans will definitely want to get this. I like the fact that you kind of have the sculpture in the rock, which is also popified, and I'm not surprised by Funko of doing that. That is something that they love to do, and I think overall this looks great, and I can't wait to see the rest of the other 6 pops that we're going to get in this set. Then we have the Funko Shop exclusive Hopper and Joyce, what they were calling 2-pack, which was actually just a bundle of 2 pops. And these are pretty awesome. I mean, I'm pretty biased from being a huge Stranger Things fan, and I don't actually own these yet. But thanks to our friends over at K-Dog and Fish, I am the first in their line for when they get another shipment of these pops. So eventually I will have these pops. And thanks to K-Dog and Fish, if you guys are listening, because these are 2 necessities for my collection. Then we have another Miss Marvel pop, and honestly, this isn't great. I mean, there's not really a decent pose. He's not completely straight sitting or standing, I guess. So that's a little different, but these Miss Marvel pops have been kind of letting me down, and it's kind of deterring me from watching the show, which I probably will end up watching, but the pops just haven't been spectacular. And then we have the Oasis pops, and I'm really excited about this. I like the band Oasis. I think they are good, even though they are very meme-worthy when it comes to Wonderwall. But I do think they are a good band. And yeah, I don't know the deal if they are on talking terms or not, but I will be buying probably both of these pops and probably an extra Liam Gallagher due to the fact that one of my coworkers actually shares the exact same name as Liam Gallagher. So I think that's a pop that he would like to add to his kind of small collection. And then we have the newest set of NFT pops, which is Hanna-Barbera. And I can't complain about this set. I mean, I do agree with DK with the fact that they're doing it again, where you have 3 Jetsons pops, and that kind of does have a big effect. Like there's a lot of different Hanna-Barbera stuff, whether it's the Jetsons, the Flintstones, Space Ghost, I guess you could say, or Huckleberry Hound. There's a lot more to add to that. But it is kind of flooded with the Jetsons, and these are 3 pops from the Jetsons that I don't think are really needed. But big Jetsons fans, I do have basically a complete set of Jetsons pops. I don't think I need these, so I'm glad to see that they're in the NFTs because it's just something that I don't really have to worry about. The Huckleberry Hound is pretty cool. I like how he has like the spacesuit on. I think that's cool. DK explained it perfectly how Brian Mariotti is a big fan of Huckleberry Hound, so not surprised to see it in this NFT set. And then we have Freddy Funko as Space Ghost, which is pretty sweet. I didn't really expect this, especially coming from an NFT set. But now that I look at it, I really do enjoy it. And it's a pop and buddy, which is really cool. And I'm sure it's probably been done, but I can't remember the last time that there was a Freddy Funko that actually had a pop and buddy. So that's pretty sweet as well. And then we have the pop from Hunter x Hunter. I can't remember his name exactly, but he does have the yo-yo, and I do think that that looks pretty sweet. I like the way that he is kind of doing a trick with the yo-yo. I think that looks awesome. And I do see this being a hot seller, especially for anime fans or specifically Hunter x Hunter. And then we have another of those Disney Princess Gold Dress pops with Merida. And I can't complain about this one because I do have a little more to say about it than the rest that we normally talk about. I do like how her orange/ginger hair kind of complements the gold dress. I like the pose. I think this is a decent pop. But God, I do really hope that this is one of the last ones we see because, like we said in the last podcast, we've been talking about these a lot, and it does seem like every podcast there is one to talk about. And then we have the newest Yu-Gi-Oh pop with the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon pop and tee bundle. And this is pretty sweet. I like the t-shirt a lot. The pop is okay. I don't know how I feel about it, just a straight silver pop, but I did miss out on the Blue Eyes pop and tee bundle. So hopefully, with this being GameStop exclusive, I can pick it up, whether or not I get it in my size. I think if I do find one, I probably will pick it up, especially considering, like DK said, where the value of that original Blue Eyes pop and tee bundle just went through the roof. And if I ever do pick that up, it's going to be for a hefty price, which I would like to get a full Yu-Gi-Oh set. So I think that this one is necessary, though I'm not a huge fan of that pop. And then we have the pop deluxe of the X-Men. I don't know the character's name. I didn't hear DK saying it, but this pop is phenomenal. This looks awesome. I really like the background with the wall, especially how they have like the plants slash vines kind of covering half of it. I think that looks great. The pose on the pop is awesome as well. I think this is cool. And I do feel like we probably will see this at our GameStop before it sells out. So I can't wait to see it in person, though it's not a pop that I'd probably buy. And then we have the Fun Days box of fun with the 4 mascots. And this is really cool. I do think that these are better than last year's, though, like DK said, last year's were pretty cool as well. But these are awesome. And I like the theme of the Blacklight, where you have the Pop Protectors and the Blacklight Bandit, which is kind of your generic type of Blacklight pop. And then you have the Proto Robos and the Killer Clowns, which kind of have this white theme going on. So they definitely contrast each other very well, where you kind of split the box down the middle, which I like about this. I do think that the Pop Protectors is an awesome name. I think that's really cool. The way that they picked like a lion and he looks sweet. That's definitely a pop that I want to have in my collection. But I also do really enjoy the Blacklight Bandits. I think that that's an awesome looking Blacklight pop. It screams Blacklight to me. And overall, they did a really good job, especially considering a lot of things. I think the oddball out here is the Killer Clowns, considering it doesn't really have a like a double entendre kind of vibe to it with something that relates to Funko Pops. But overall, all 4 of these pops are awesome. And then we have the set of YouTube pops, which are pretty cool as well. And I'm surprised it took Funko this long to do YouTube pops, but I do really like the set. Obviously, you have the Bono in the Pop Rides, which looks awesome considering he's wearing all black, and the car pops out very, very well. All 4 of the band members look awesome in their singular pops, and I'm super glad that we're getting this 4-pack now rather than talking about it in a month from now, 2 months from now, even half a year from now, being like, okay, these pops we already seen are now putting into a 4-pack. So I'm glad that when we get the singulars, we also get the 4-pack, because for some people, the 4-pack might just be the better way to get these pops. And then lastly, we have the weapon from Halo, and this looks pretty cool. It's glow in the dark, which I'm not surprised about. I think that makes sense, but blue is not the greatest. But I do think that this one will glow decently, considering that lighter hue of blue will probably do decent. And we have that cool Funko Insider only at GameStop sticker, which I'm hoping to find this. If I do find this at our local GameStop, I'll probably end up picking it up, whether I keep it or whether just to have it and look at it. But either way, this is a cool pop.
Are you looking for great pop protectors? Then look no further than popbox.ca. They have a variety of 4-inch and 6-inch protectors in different quantities. Do you want to get 10 protectors, 20? You can get even up to 250 pop protectors over on popbox.ca. And also use our promo code of Funko Popcast for 10% off of your entire purchase of pop protectors. The code is going on until supplies last. So go get your pop protector needs now over on popbox.ca using our code of Funko Popcast to get 10% off.
And let me tell you guys, we're not just screwing around here. These are some great pop protectors. We own a multitude of these protectors. They are some of the best I've seen. Stop buying from EB Games. I'm not boycotting EB Games by any means, but their pop protectors are not as good. So again, use code of Funko Popcast for 10% off.
Alrighty, so we're going to move on to the next set of Funko Pops, which range from July 8th up until July 14th. So kicking off, we have ourselves 2 pops from the Bayonetta collector's box exclusive to GameStop, which of course are of Bayonetta and Janine, in which these are available now with the collector's box now at GameStop US. On that same day, Funko announced the next pop involved in the Power of the Galaxy set exclusive to Amazon, which is of Jyn Erso, which this is expected to release as early as October 2022. Continuing on with the Star Wars theme, Funko had announced more gaming great Star Wars pops, which we got ourselves Night Sister Marin, an Imperial Rocket Trooper, Arc Umbra Trooper, and a glow-in-the-dark proxy, which these are expected to release as early as November 2022. Continuing on that same day, Funko had announced a pop of Zeus for the Thor Love and Thunder lineup, which this is expected to release as early as August 2022. On July 9th, Funko had announced a pop of Spider-Man for Spider-Man No Way Home, in which we have ourselves an unmasked version as the common, and then a glow-in-the-dark masked chase, in which this is a AAA anime exclusive, and this is expected to be released as early as next month. On July 11th, Funko had announced a new wave of Five Nights at Freddy's pops, which are of tie-dye variants of Bonnie, Foxy, Chica, and Freddy, in which these are expected to release as early as September 2022. Continuing on that same day, Funko had announced the next pop involved in the My Hero Academia Class 1B set, in which we have a pop of Juzo Honanuki, in which this is expected to release as early as September 2022. On that same day, Funko had confirmed the next set of 7-Eleven Slurpee cups, which we have ourselves Slurpee cups of Blue Swirl Cup, Block Letter Cup, Maze Cup, and Good Slurpee Cup, in which these are available now at select 7-Eleven stores. Then on July 12th, Funko had announced a pop albums of Cyndi Lauper's She's So Unusual, which this is expected to release as early as November 2022. On that same day, Funko had also announced a pop of Zayn Malik, in which this is expected to release as early as September 2022. On that same day, Funko had announced a Pop Deluxe albums of Alice in Chains Dirt, which consists of band members Lane Staley, Jerry Cantrell, Mike Starr, and Sean Kinney, in which this is expected to release as early as October 2022. It Sugar had announced their own exclusive Diamond Collection pop of the Kool-Aid Man for the Ad Icons lineup, which this is available now on the It Sugar website. On July 13th, Funko had announced another pop for the My Hero Academia lineup, and it is a new version of Tomura Shigaraki with a 1-in-6 unmasked chase, which this is going to be exclusive to Entertainment Earth, and is expected to be released as early as September 2022. On that same day, the New York Mets had confirmed on their Twitter account of a David Wright Captain America tribute pop, which this will be given out to the first 20,000 fans at their July 23rd game, which is, of course, this Saturday. And last but not least, on July 14th, Pop Culture had announced an exclusive pop of a Pop Deluxe Remy from Ratatouille, which later was revealed to be a box lunch exclusive in the US and is available now both on Pop Culture's website with restricted shipping to the US and at box lunch stores. So kicking off with the Bayonetta pops, and these are pretty decent. I don't really know much about the game, but these are some really detailed pops. I'm pretty sure actually Top Pop showed on a recent video of his that these characters are actually featured in, I believe it was Super Smash Bros, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he showed these pops off, talking about characters that are in Super Smash Bros that are made into pop form, and I think these were a part of them. These are pretty cool in detail. Then we got ourselves Jyn Erso from Star Wars, and this is okay. I mean, it makes sense. There isn't, I guess, that many options depending on how big the lineup is for female characters in terms to like the main characters, I guess you can say. But Jyn Erso was a part of, I believe it was Rogue One, if I'm not mistaken. And it's cool that there's another pop, even though there was probably a ton of pops made of her during the Rogue One set back in 2017. The Gaming Greats pops. These are some pretty detailed pops. I always love seeing these Gaming Greats pops, and a lot of people are super hyped about these, more specifically about that glow-in-the-dark proxy, which I don't blame them. It's very detailed, and it looks like the parts that glow in the dark will be the eyes, the chest piece, and the purple parts of the suit, or not the suit, but the body, I should say. And then the other pops are very detailed also. Zeus from Thor Love and Thunder. This is a pretty decent pop. I was really surprised that they announced another pop for Thor and Love and Thunder just as the movie's releasing, because I believe this got announced as the movie was releasing. So I'm really surprised that they announced a pop like this around that time, because normally people would be like, spoilers, spoilers. But there were some mixed hypes because people are still like clamoring in the comment section, where's No Way Home pops? Where's Wave 2? Blah, blah, blah. The Zeus pop, not too bad for this set. Speaking of Spider-Man No Way Home, we got ourselves a new Spider-Man pop of essentially, you can say it's Peter Parker, but it's actually saying Spider-Man on the package where it says Spider-Man. And then it's unmasked, which is pretty decent. I guess that is a little bit of a money grab because essentially you have unmasked Spider-Man, but then you also have a masked version as the chase and it glows in the dark. So you get a little bit of a specification. And once again, a lot of mixed hype because of the fact that we're still waiting for like all the villains for Spider-Man as terms to pop form. But I think there's an agreement going on between Sony and like different companies, especially Funko, that they cannot release figures until 2023. If I'm not mistaken. So we won't be getting any more brand new Spider-Man No Way Home products until the new year. So anyone hoping for like a Green Goblin, an Electro, a Sandman pop, you have to wait until 2023 for that. But this is still okay though. We have the new Five Nights at Freddy's pops, which these are okay. There was a lot of bad hype because people want new characters from the video game instead of just moldings that they've used since the very first set of Five Nights at Freddy's with these pops, but making them now tie-dye, which I don't remember the last time or if there was ever pops that were in a tie-dye form. So I guess that's a little bit new if that's the case, but overall, these are a little meh. The My Hero Academia Class 1B pop, this is pretty decent. I mean, it might be my favorite looking one so far of this set, especially because the way that it looks, I don't exactly know what it reminds me of, but it reminds me of something though that's like outside of My Hero Academia, and I do like the base involved with this. We got the Slurpee pops, which these are meh because of the fact that all these Slurpee pops they're not even flavors. They're just, hey, let's just make the different cups and make a different design. And that's what they're going to call them instead of just, let's make a blueberry Slurpee or a lime Slurpee this time. And then I know one of them, I can't remember which one it was, but one of them is a Diamond Collection pop, which I think it's the one at the end that's red, which I guess it's okay. But I wish they would have went down the route of naming them by essentially what the flavors are instead of what the design of the cup is. We got a pop album of Cyndi Lauper, which is pretty decent. That's a cool way to debut a musician that has not had a pop before, is make them into a pop album. And this is really detailed. They pretty much got spot on of what Cyndi Lauper is doing on the front cover there of this pop album. So this is really decent, and there's a lot of hype involved. Then we got Zayn Malik, which I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, he was one of the members of One Direction, but since they've broken up, then he's kind of gone solo. And a lot of people were commenting, we need a Harry Styles pop. So maybe there will be one of him in the near future, but we got Zayn Malik right now. And this is a little meh, but I do like the details involved with the tattoo because he's got the microphone within his forearm there, which that's pretty sweet. We got the Alice in Chains Pop Deluxe albums, and this is sweet. I love the fact that they did this. I like the idea a little bit that they did this in the deluxe albums, but I felt like they could have just made a normal albums with essentially the girl that's covered in sand as just a singular pop. But it's cool that we do have it in the deluxe albums because we finally have pops of Lane Staley and Jerry Cantrell, which is really awesome. I remember watching the MTV Unplugged Alice in Chains videos, and Lane Staley had that pink hair with the pink goatee. So it's really cool that they basically captured that into this deluxe albums. Really awesome. Then we got ourselves the Diamond Collection Kool-Aid Man, which is okay. I mean, I kind of find it weird when there's a lot of times where maybe they'll do a color change and you hate it. But then when you actually want color changes as terms to pops, Funko just won't give it to you. And that's what I'm noticing with these Kool-Aid Man pops, or essentially the Sour Patch Kids pops. Is like, let's get different flavors and just switch up the colors, not just add a specification of one that already exists. So I don't understand why Funko does that. This is okay. I guess this will make sense as terms to maybe the crystallization of the ice in the jug there. We got the Tomura Shigaraki, the brand new version, which I know there was two of them that were very similar, but this one's different. And I really like the difference as terms to the common and the chase, because there is a point in My Hero Academia where he does remove like the hand mask. And so it's awesome that they actually did that in pop form now, and they made it a chase. This is what I feel like they should be doing with the Hot Topic exclusive pops and not making a slight version. These are chases that I feel like people want to see as terms to anime pops. We got the David Wright Captain America pop, which this is pretty decent. I'm liking these kind of pops instead of, let's say, for San Francisco Giants, I believe this summer, they're going to do a black and they're going to do an orange C-3PO. It's just a color switch. But this is like mixing a baseball player with a Marvel character and matching them together And I think that's a cool idea. I think they should keep doing this for MLB pops when they give them away. And last but not least, we have ourselves the Ratatouille Pop Deluxe. This is really awesome. We haven't gotten that great of Ratatouille pops in a while, mainly because all we've gotten as of late is like the Diamond Collection Remy that was a part of the Pop and Bat Pack. And then I think they did something else with Remy, but we haven't gotten like new pops since I believe the first wave where you got Remy with the flock chase. You got, I think, his friend there with the flock chase. And then you have, I forget his name already, but obviously like the chef that obviously, or not the chef, but the cook that obviously Remy is inside the hat of to control him to cook a great meal. And I love the fact that they actually have Remy making Ratatouille. I don't know why they didn't do this already. So it's cool that they finally did this. And I'm not surprised that it's a box lunch exclusive because a lot of Pixar pops go to box lunch.
All right, so starting off with the new Bayonetta pops, this is really interesting, and I don't think we've seen pops of Bayonetta before. So this is definitely awesome. The Bayonetta pop looks sweet. I'm really excited to see a pop Bayonetta. I think that this is awesome. There's a lot of detail on it, and I think that this will probably be a hard pop to find. I mean, it's a GameStop exclusive, so it'll be easier for us in Canada to find, but I think it'll probably sell out most of the time and definitely not sit on shelves for very long because Bayonetta is a character that a lot of people like, and like DK said, is 100% in Smash Bros. So yeah, this is a cool pop, and I think that the details on it look well as Jean, I believe her name is, and this is a decent pop as well. I do like the Bayonetta a little bit more. There's a bit more detail with it, but this is not a bad pop by any means. And then we have the newest Power of the Galaxy pop, which is okay. I think it's my least favorite so far, but I do like the idea of the set still. And I hope that we still see a couple more pops in the set that are going to kind of round it off as one of those really cool Star Wars sets that actually mean something to people. And then we have the new Star Wars Gaming Greats pops, which I think all of these pops do look good, but the glow in the dark pop definitely is one of the best ones with the proxy. I mean, yeah, that glow I think is going to look sweet. Yellow generally glows pretty well, and purple I think does okay. Definitely a little bit better than blue because it does have kind of the red tone with it. But I don't know. I definitely want to see this pop in person, and I'm definitely going to have to look up some of the glow with it because I don't know, this might be a pop I get just because it looks so dang cool. And then we have the newest Thor Love and Thunder pop. And unfortunately, I still haven't seen the movie. I did have one chance to watch it, but due to me having to stay late at work, I couldn't go with one of my coworkers, which kind of sucked because I've only heard good things about this movie. I heard it's really funny and is generally a good movie. So this pop's pretty cool. I think that we will see some more Thor Love and Thunder pops because I mean it's doing well. The pops are generally pretty decent. I think this so far has been a really good set of pops for a movie that maybe a lot of people aren't necessarily interested in. And then we have the newest Spider-Man No Way Home pop with Peter Parker slash Spider-Man, which is a AAA anime exclusive. And finally, we are seeing another Spider-Man No Way Home pop, and this one is awesome. I think it's weird, but I also really do enjoy the fact that the common is unmasked, and then you have the masked version as the chase, which is also glow in the dark, which they didn't have to do, but they did make those eyes glow in the dark, which is pretty dang cool. I think that they will glow pretty decently considering most of this pop is black. So those eyes should pop out from the rest of the figure quite well, considering they're like a white hue. And I'm assuming they're probably going to glow white rather than blue, even though there is a bit of a blue hue to it. I think that generally that's what they do with the art. And then we have the new set of Five Nights at Freddy's pops, and I actually kind of enjoy this. And I can understand why people might want some new characters, but I feel like Five Nights at Freddy's, with all the games they've had a bunch of different variants of characters and a decent selection of characters, not to mention. So I think it's cool to have some of these generic characters from the first game and have these tie-dye variants. I kind of like this a lot better than the Artist Series pop. Next up, we have the newest My Hero Academia pop with the Hot Topic exclusive and Class 1B exclusive. And this pop is okay. It's definitely not my favorite from the set, but I am enjoying that we are seeing a lot of My Hero Academia pops. It feels like every podcast we're talking about at least one. So for My Hero Academia fans, there's a whole lot to collect, and I think that that is awesome. And then we have the new Slurpee pops from 7-Eleven, of course. these are decent. I like how they look, but like DK said, I don't like the idea that with the first wave, I guess you could call it now, we had the pops where they were different like flavors and now it's different cup designs, which I think is just very interesting. I think that it could have been done better if we could have got different flavors. I mean, there's always so many different flavors at 7-Eleven with the different Slurpees. Like we could see Pepsi, where I mean, I guess they would have to get different licensors, but I think it's worth it because I think that people would enjoy, like DK, especially a Pepsi Slurpee over just a different cup design. And then we have the Cyndi Lauper pop albums, and this is pretty spectacular. I really enjoy this. I like Cyndi Lauper's music, and I think that this is awesome. They have the pose of the album itself done perfectly. The pop looks great. There is some awesome detail with the different hue from the dark orange to the light orange in the hair, and just the way the pop is posed in more of a dynamic pose. This is an awesome pop albums, and definitely one that will be on my radar to add to my ever growing pop albums collection. And then we have Zayn Malik, formerly from One Direction. And this pop is nothing special, but damn, this really does look like Zayn, which is pretty awesome. I think that this probably will be a pop that you might see at stores depending on where you live, but I do think that a lot of people are going to want to get this, especially if you used to be one of those mega fans of One Direction. So this is a cool pop, and for a super generic pop of a human figure, this really does look a lot like Zayn. Next up, we have the pop albums for Alice in Chain of Dirt, and this is pretty sweet. I'm really excited that we're seeing a Alice in Chains pop albums, especially considering it is one of those deluxe albums. I do agree with DK where this could have been maybe just a singular normal album, but I do like the idea of it being a deluxe. We get all 4 band members, and this is definitely going to be one of those pops that I look out for, though I still don't have any of the pop deluxe albums in my collection yet. And then next up, we have the Diamond Collection Kool-Aid Man, and I like this. I think that this is decent. Kind of makes sense for him to be Diamond Collection, considering the condensation that builds up on a jug of Kool-Aid, which I think DK was trying to talk about earlier. So that's pretty sweet. I do think I might want to get this into my collection, considering I do collect a ton of ad icons and generally not different variants, but this is one of those ones that I would like. And like DK had talked about, where Funko likes to make different color swaps of pops that we don't necessarily want or need, but when we want them, we don't get them. And we definitely have not got them with Kool-Aid Man yet, where we could get a purple one, which is the one right off the top of my brain. We can get a couple different colors of blue, obviously greens, a lot of different colors. And I think that there would be one good way to solve that, and which would be, I don't know how many of you guys remember, but from sometime in the 80s till probably up until about 2010, Kool-Aid actually did this thing where when you bought any Kool-Aid products, you got points that were like part of the package. You cut them out and you could save up these points and go on their website and redeem them. So I think that that would be an awesome way to get different color variants of the Kool-Aid Pops, as if they continue to do that again, where you could buy Kool-Aid products, get the points, and trade them in for the Pops, where I think every company would win there. The fans would win, Kool-Aid would win because they'd be selling a lot of products to have people collect these points, and Funko would win because they would obviously have some kind of license agreement with Kool-Aid to make these pops. And that would be super awesome. I would love for that to happen, but I would even be okay with just getting some different color variants in the future, whether they're just commons or exclusive to something else. Next up, we have Tomoro Shigaraki from My Hero Academia. And again, we're talking about another My Hero Academia pop, which is completely fine by me. This is an Entertainment Earth exclusive pop, and this one looks pretty sweet. And there's a chase, which for some reason, anime fans love those chase pops. And I think this is great, where you have the hand over his face. And then with the chase, it's not there, which I think is perfect. That's the way that this should be. And overall, it looks awesome. And then we have the David Wright Captain America tribute pop, and this is pretty cool. I mean, it's nice to see a like giveaway pop that isn't just a random pop of the person, and it makes sense because it is the Marvel Superhero Day, which is awesome. So this pop looks sweet, and I could definitely see this being one of those pops that goes up in value in terms to being a giveaway pop, just because it does have that Marvel aspect, and maybe people that want a full collection of Captain America pops might want to add this to that collection to go for like the super collection. And then lastly, we have Remy from Ratatouille, and this pop is sweet. This thing is awesome. And like DK said, I don't know how they haven't already done this pop where he is making the Ratatouille, which just looks awesome. It's so cool. I'm so excited to see more Remy pops as a professional cook, I guess you could say. Ratatouille was an awesome movie. I really enjoyed it a lot. But the one thing that is kind of weird about this pop, at least with the glam shot, is that this is not actually what the pop looks like. I mean, yes, it is, but not at the same time. I have seen online that for people who have actually obtained this pop already, Remy is on the other side of the box and he's kind of backwards. So they basically like flipped it around, which is very odd because I think that the way that they posed it with the glam shot is perfect. And it doesn't look bad in the way that it actually came out, but it's just interesting to see.
Anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of this week's podcast. If you enjoyed this week's edition of a Funko Popcast, make sure you smash that like button, comment in the comment section below, and let us know what was your favorite pop from this first set of July 2022 Funko Pop announcements. Press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. And if you guys haven't yet, follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at a Funko Popcast. It'll be listed in the description below. But anyways, guys, thank you for listening to this week's podcast, and we hope to see you guys next week for the top 10 Funko Pops of July 2022. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here.
Champagne supernova in the sky. Peace in, peace out.